What's up, Colliders? Welcome back to another episode here. I'm the kid, JW. That's Ms Diva Talks.
What's up, y'all?
And the most important sex advice that no one ever told you. This is from Diary of a CEO. This is kind of odd. Like, I don't think I ever got sex advice, to be honest with you.
Me either.
You just kind of just know, like, what.
You find out later after the fact when you talk to other people after you've done it yourself. Yeah, that's how that goes.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't sit here.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't sit here and have a Monday morning press conference and like, hey, so this is what I did this weekend. How did I do it? No. Yeah.
That everyone else is having sex and I'm not. All the stats show that people are having less and less sex. Great sex is a byproduct of great connection and intimacy. It's not a replacement for or a source of.
So let's talk about sex.
Mm-hmm.
Sex is a huge part of relationships.
Yeah.
And one of the really interesting things I want to talk to you about is, if I look at my friendship group, my small friendship group of maybe 6 guys, right? My best friends. I'd say 3 of them are currently having a really, really hard time as it relates to sex with their partner, for a variety of reasons. Reason number 1 that I've heard, my partner doesn't like having sex. We have sex once every 3 months. Reason number 2 I've heard, my partner doesn't like the way that I have sex. On those first 2 points, I'm horrified, surprised that so many people I speak to are struggling in that department.
Yeah.
With sex.
Yeah.
And there's not, the conversation around sex is either non-existent or porn influenced.
Yeah.
What's your take on sex and what's going on in the world?
I'm so glad you brought it up because
Before he gets to talking, this is why I share so many erotic stories. So if you haven't clicked the link in below in the description of my YouTube channel, you would know this. But that's why I share so many erotic stories, because I hate how the conversation around sex is so taboo. Like, we're all either doing it, not doing it, already have done it, or are making plans to do it anyway. It's natural. And the fact that the sex conversation is such a difficult thing to have, that's why I talk about sex so much. Because I know for me, because I always say, like, if I have kids, I'm going to talk freely to them about sex. Because I didn't get that. And I felt like if somebody did, I wouldn't have gone through, 1, so many horrible experiences. And 2, I would have been better prepared for it. But because you have parents who are very, what is the word I'm looking for?
Old school?
Not old school, but they're very, they're very conservative when it comes to talking about sex with their children. What?
I don't know, because I gotta disagree. Like, maybe it's different for us as men. Because...
Well, yeah, because y'all get told to, go out and conquer. That's what y'all get told. That's 1,000% true. Y'all get told to go out and conquer.
Go sail the seas, Christopher Columbus.
But we're told to, keep our legs closed and...
No, because that's the grandparents that say that. Because I know a lot of young women, back when I was young, whose parents gave them to talk about sex. But if you're brought up in an old traditional house, yeah, you're like, keep your legs closed, clutch your pearls and whatnot, But if you're brought up in like a non-traditional household, yeah, your parents are gonna tell you, hey, this is what's gonna happen. Either your dad's gonna tell you, or the brother's gonna tell you, or you may just learn it because you got cousins and stuff that's gonna talk to you about it. Like, so yeah.
And even still, them the wrong motherfuckers to be hearing the shit from.
So I would say for me, because I'm probably on this category where it's like, I'll go out and say it. If y'all click the link in my bio, in below in mine, talk about sex too. But I didn't sit there and I started late, but is because I was like, oh, I want to wait this time third. And shit, it happened. So yeah, you know, you hear that talk, oh, well, sex is horrible, this and third, oh, I don't know how to do it, you're not doing it right, you know, you're not hitting my, I'm not satisfied. You hear all that because, shit, you hear all of it.
I think that because of social media, there's this image that everyone else is having sex and I'm not. Like, I feel like that's like a very big feeling that a lot of people have. And all the stats show that people are having less and less sex. There are more and more sexless relationships and marriages every single year. And it's so much more common. Yet in our groups and online, everyone feels like, oh, they're getting some and they're getting some and they're getting some, but I'm not.
Like,
and the truth.
No cap. I could not be in a sexless relationship. I couldn't. Like, I would just leave. Because I'm not satisfied. Like, why?
Okay, good to know.
Because why would I stay in a relationship if I'm not satisfied? Just like y'all wouldn't stay in a relationship if y'all not satisfied. If y'all not happy and whatnot, you're not gonna stay.
No, not me. That's why cheating is high.
The truth is most people are not getting any. And that's just, I don't have the stats offhand right now, but whenever I've looked at the trends, that's what the trends show. To me, it comes back down to everything we've just been talking about. Sexual chemistry and attraction and connection is all based on A, how someone feels about themselves. If someone themselves is not feeling taken care of by themselves, attractive, investing in themselves, growing, feeling like they're becoming more and better, it's very unlikely that they're going to want to share their body, mind, emotions, and heart with anyone else in the most physically intimate way, which is sex. It's just unlikely. And chances are, if you don't think you're having those conversations you want to have with your partner, where you are being open, where they are working on their values, where we do
What?
I was laughing at the title that came up.
see each other striving, chances are that you're not going to want to have sex with them either. And so what we're seeing is that the challenge we're having in sex is actually coming from everything else that's going on. That there isn't a sense of growth, joy, purpose. Like, great sex is a byproduct of great connection and intimacy. It's not a replacement for or a source of. If I asked everyone who's listening right now, put your hand up if you've had amazing sex but no connection in a relationship. Right? Like, that's been real. We've all used sex as a crutch. We've had relationships where...
Did you see me put my hand up?
Like, but I've had great fucking sex and not be in a relationship. You know, shit.
Again, because you're a man and you're taught to conquer. So
every time we argued we had sex, it solved the problem. Every time something was going wrong, we had sex, it was figured out somehow. And the studies show that the chemicals released during sex make you feel like you're getting closer, even though you're not actually emotionally closer. So when you look at all of the stats, when you look at all the research, when you look at everything we've just described, sex is a byproduct of a healthy individual and a healthy individual and a growing individual and a growing individual coming together, sorting out their differences, having the fights they need to have, having the conversations they do, that naturally creates vulnerability, which leads to being able to expose ourselves at the deepest, most physical way that we possibly can. How can you expose yourself that vulnerably if you can't even have a vulnerable conversation with your partner because you just switch on the TV every night and avoid that difficult conversation?
It becomes like a transaction.
It becomes a transaction. And then sex becomes, in the best case, a crutch and a hopeful aspiration on a special night or whatever it may be, or something we wait for and plan for and it never works out. As opposed to...
Here we go.
yeah.
Yep. Happy anniversary.
Yep. Happy birthday. Yep. But that's very true, though.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, it's very mental. If I'm not mentally there, this is pointless.
I think the way it is now, especially in this climate, and I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh gosh, here we
So
go.
no offense. I think that women are just too guarded when it comes to sex.
You've got to be kidding me.
I was trying to see this as me being politically correct. Now, see, if I was being an asshole, it would have been made more sense, but I don't feel like offending nobody today. And I say that because I see it all the time on social media. Oh, hey, I'm going out, like, oh, every guy who I go out, they want to have sex. And it's like, okay,
Not.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, have that conversation though.
What conversation is there to have?
Like if you
I don't feel like your phallus is going into my vagina. Boom. End of discussion.
It's like a fucking dinosaur. But it's like if you're going out, that's why I always say communication is key. If you're going out on a date, let the expectation like, hey, look, I'm just here, see where.
But you, and see, this is why I hate having this conversation, especially when it involves a man, because you all don't get it. Like when it comes to a female mind getting involved with somebody else physically. Now, I'm not speaking for all women. I can't, because hell, y'all know the females who will gladly just show up ass naked at your door and do whatever the fuck you need her to do, and she bounce. May involve some money being left on the nightstand. That has nothing to do with
Or some tequila.
But I can only say for me personally, I have 1, body insecurities. 2, I'm not very trusting. And 3, I don't, sometimes it's like, yo, I don't know you like that. So I'm just going to show up to your house, fuck, and then go back home. That's not who I am.
We grab drinks first.
Bruh.
But no.
This is what I'm saying. So, I'm just showing up, and because I'm just showing up to just let you get your rocks off, because I'm not mentally here. I barely know you. So, again, mentally.
That's literally why I just said communication is key.
But again, but I'm saying mentally, it's like I'm not here because of all the other things. So I'm constantly in my head like, is this okay? Am I doing this okay? What should I not be doing? What should I be doing? Again, overthinking. So I'm not there to enjoy this moment. I'm just there to be used, essentially.
Damn.
And so I don't want that. So get over it.
And this is why I say, in certain situations, it's like, yo, stop overthinking. Y'all overthink a lot. It's like, yo, I just like an asshole on this one. Because I tried to politically correct it and work out.
Yeah, okay.
So, in this case, it's like, yo, just shut the fuck up. We're going on a date. Shut the fuck up. If it feels like it's gonna happen and you don't feel, then say that. Communicate. Say, hey, look, I don't feel like
No, because in this day and age you can't say that.
True.
You can't, because too many of you are assholes, and you come back and be like, I knew you was a stuck-up bitch anyway. You gonna pay for half your food.
Well, that's your fault for picking going out with an ain't shit.
No, you feet, and then y'all take that route. Oh, well, you should have chose a better guy to go out with. You sat here and put yourself up on the pedestal, showing yourself just to be Prince Charming, my knight in shining fucking armor. Then I get to dinner and tell you I'm not fucking, now I'm a hoe, and I'm ugly, and I gotta pay for my own meal.
You know why we do that? Because you guys tell us what you're looking for. So you tell us what you're looking for.
So it's my fault that I tell people what I'm looking for. Then you bring your representative as my Prince Charming because you know what I'm looking for. But then when I say I ain't giving up no draws, oh, it's a problem.
I didn't say it was. I did say it was narcissist behavior. But what I'm saying is, and this is, if y'all watch my videos, I tell y'all, don't when y'all. I had a video about this before. I said, hey, on my show, I was like, hey. When you're going on dates, don't tell a person what you're looking for.
Well, you're not supposed to tell somebody because they'll embody everything that you say that you want.
Yeah, so if you're telling a person what you're looking for and the guy said, yeah, they're going to show up in that way.
So then you cannot sit up here and blame me and tell me to pick better partners when motherfuckers just sat up here and made themselves look like the perfect partner to me, but then turned out to be complete total assholes.
And this is when I say, hey, communication is key. If you at that point, if you're saying, oh, men ain't this, men ain't that, like all they want to do is have sex. Okay, yeah, that may be true. But set the expectation. Let them know up rip, hey, I don't want to have no sex. I'm just here to get to know you, this and the third. If you set the expectation, you're putting the option to that guy. It's like, hey, do I still want to take this girl out? This and the third. Because if you tell her,
so then you need to put in your bio, ladies, that just looking for a good time, not a good time.
No one reads bios.
Oh my God, yes they do. Because how would you know what it is that I like in a person if you're not reading the bio?
We don't read. Okay. Do you think that we actually sit there and read y'all bios on?
So then how do you manage to show yourself as a representation of exactly what I want in a partner and then turn out to be a complete ass?
Because we listen to y'all talk. We're asked one person and we let y'all talk.
And this is why I don't talk.
So we don't read bios. Meanwhile, I don't read bios. Like, oh, because I don't care about your favorite color. I don't care about what you're asking.
Yeah, because all you're interested in is fucking. That's all you
Exactly. But if I'm here just having a good time, I'm not being serious. I'm just dating just to fuck around. Yeah, I don't give a fuck like that. But if I'm actually dating someone just to build and grow it, all right, I'm like, all right, what are your aspirations? What is this? Well, then I actually give a fuck.
Then you actually give a
Then I
fuck.
actually give a fuck. You know?
That's after you hit the first time. All right, got it.
Just in the worst case, it just becomes something we're both not talking about, comfortable about, or even doing. And so,
Or an obligation.
Exactly.
That's the worst
Yeah.
one, isn't it?
Like
Exactly. I have said that many of times. I have always, a lot of the times, found myself in sexual situations where I felt obligated to perform. Even though I'm not going to get shit out of this.
obligation, and like someone's just sitting there, like, you know,
Come on, 3 minutes.
literally, yeah, all right, let's get it over and done with, like that mindset. And I'm like, all
In that mindset, though, if you go into sex in that mindset, you're not going to enjoy it.
No shit.
Because I've been that person. I've gone to like, all right, this person just want.
But again, out of obligation, because I don't want to be called a bitch or I don't want to get beat the fuck up.
Like I've done it well. Like, oh hey, I want to fuck. I don't want to fuck. No, I'm just fuck it. All right.
Get the fuck out of here.
And
You
I'm-
are not about to sit up here and tell me that you find yourself in situations like
I
that.
have. Deadass, no cap. I have. Been sitting now, obviously with you, obviously.
I would hope not. Hell, I'm the one sitting here. What the fuck?
It was at this point he didn't know, but you know, before, like I've been in, like, for example, when I was going through my Tinder swipes, I'm like, oh, I want to fuck. I'm like, I don't really want to fuck. But what I do, I don't really fuck it. You know, I'm just there. Just because I didn't enjoy it. It was just.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
Just
I get
sex out
that.
of obligation.
I
I'm
get it.
just here.
Like, I get it. But at the same time, I'm also the same person who will say, hey, you can't go into having sex as, oh, what about this? What about that? You can't. Because once you do that, you're fucked.
No shit.
'Cause I've done it like, oh, what if someone come busting through the door? So what if her nigga come home? I gotta jump out the bedroom. It's the second floor. Oh, shit. It's just, no.
There's no sense of enjoyment after that because you overthink. You got a lot of worrying going
like
on.
there isn't, because we've lost intimacy in relationships. There is no intimacy, and so you can't force it physically.
There's no intimacy in porn.
There's no intimacy in porn for sure.
They don't like do the small talk. I don't pay for that.
Exactly. There's no
I didn't pay for
intimacy in
that.
porn. There's no and the problem is, and this is, you know, the book starts with this quote, but it solves this problem very, very neatly and carefully. And it's this idea that the Buddha was once approached and asked, what's the difference between I like you and I love you? Which is a brilliant question. And the Buddha replied, when you like a flower, you simply pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it every day. And to me, the one night stand, the porn, the dopamine hit, the release of chemical is the plucking, right? That's what we're all plucking all day long because that's all we can do. But the watering, the intimacy, developing intimacy, growing from entertainment to experiments, to experiences, to education, to engaging in service together, all of this creates so much intimacy that physical intimacy is a natural byproduct. It's not something you have to manage or engineer or manufacture. Like, it's not this separate thing. It's based on how close I feel to you. And the point is, women don't feel close to our partners because we don't do anything that makes us closer every day. Sleeping in the same bed as someone does not make you close to someone. Living in the same house as someone does not make you close to someone. The only thing that makes you feel close to someone is when you feel you can be open and when you feel seen, heard, and understood in your most vulnerable, darkest and open times. If you can do that, everything else is going to work. But if you can't do that, you can't just make it happen in a moment because you're meant to be together. You're meant to be in love.
What about masturbation? Do you think masturbation to porn helps or hurts relationships?
I think in the long term, it hurts. I think it's unhealthy because it's an avoidance and an escape, right? That's the point. It's like, what is it being used as? It's not being used as self-connection or self-understanding. It's being used as escape and avoidance of the actual topic. And all that's doing is rewiring your brain for false expectations, diminishing returns as well. All the studies that I did look at show that porn is making you work harder You're going to have to find something more extreme. All the stats that I saw showed that.
I have heard that. People will start off with just regular shit, but then have to go to more extreme shit to get off. So.
You had to watch more extreme porn to get the same feeling. So the most searched porn and the most watched porn was abusive, sometimes violent, sometimes rough, hardcore. All the search terms were more extreme to get the same feeling because of the diminishing returns of the chemicals that are being released. And so now you're rewiring your brain to not feel as much pleasure from normal sex.
When you really think about it, though, it's just desensitization all across the board.
Yeah, we're gonna end the video here though, but because we don't want to just cut off like them old TV shows, just end. But no, I would say like you said, going off. That's the whole time we gotta go into on couples talk. But I don't think self-pleasuring is a bad thing.
I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing.
Because it's like the joke, like men, like we're self-pleasure before we smash.
Tonight he hooked.
No, like because if you self-pleasure before you smash a chick, you're gonna last longer.
Okay.
So it's like, especially if we go into hyping it up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm down to fuck," and then boom, you don't perform. That's it. So if you self-pleasure yourself and then go smash, you got an extra 30, 40 minutes.
All right. Learn something new every day.
Plus, it's a health benefit too, Lower stress. It helps your heart rate. Burns calories.
Right.
It does. But yeah, take us on out of here.
As always, Colliders, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Share with someone who you think will enjoy it as well. If you're not already a Collider, I don't know why you're not. The subscribe button is right there, and it's free. Of course, if you want to check out this video or the channel that it came from, the description will be in
the description below.
The link will be in the description below, along with where you can follow me and the official JW on our own YouTube channel to see what it is that we talk about. But anyway, anything else you want to add?
We ain't got nothing else to say because, as you can probably see, we lost some lighting. We're about to lose the camera too.
Right.
Because I flipped a breaker. It is what it is. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, y'all.